So, our topic was about parents, and I know that we cut you guys short on our last clip, but that was the best thing ever because we didn't want to spoil the surprise of what the topic was. Well, I spoiled it, but then she stopped me, so that was a good call.
Anyway, welcome to the Mambo Jumbo podcast with me, Sonia and
Chance.
And today we left you on a cliffhanger last week, but we can carry on and continue.
Okay, that's awkward. Yes, we can. Okay, so our topic for the day is about parents. Yeah, and I know that topic brings a lot of, for some people it brings a lot of emotions, for some people it brings a lot of anxiety, and it depends with your experience with the parents.
And also, like, just in general, just your relationship with your parents and how you navigate that relationship.
That's
an
very
adult
important
as well.
Yeah, like that's very important.
Because like when you're a child, it's like, I don't know, it's easier. It's kind of easier to talk to your parents when you're younger, because like that's the only persons that you know that you go to when you need help. But as an adult, sometimes it can become like overbearing.
Yeah, and you know what? And it's okay. One thing that I've learned with our parents is to be patient. I feel like our parents also deal with a lot of trauma from how they grew up and what they went through in their childhood. And that trauma, it's transferred to us because they didn't have people to help them deal with that, and in order for them to heal and not pass that to their kids. And now that's why when they say, "I'll beat you up," or like they take the slippers and try to
It's be ducking for your life.
I know. No. It's like football, you're weighing the options. If this leg is so heavy, you're trying to put it on the other leg. But
African parents, their method of parenting you or disciplining you is something else. It should be studied. Because
they went to college for it.
But then like, the thing is, with some African parents, I feel like they went overboard with the way they would like discipline you. They were like actually like beating you. Yeah. So
my dad is a pastor, and I feel like it was a lot of pressure on me growing up in a house where we were so religious. And my dad being a pastor, it's like squeezed the life out of me, because I remember everything that I have to do, it's like you're being watched by the whole community. If you misbehave before you even get to the door, that man already knows what went down, what you did. And it is such a good experience, because looking back you're like, oh my god, maybe that was the best parenting ever. But now that you're an adult, you're like, oh my god, maybe that was not a good call, maybe they didn't take the right steps. But I feel like if my father was not strict with me,
exactly,
oh my god, the things I would have done.
Yeah. That's the thing. I think like as you become an adult, you're able to analyze your relationships. Because like growing up, I was actually pretty close with my mom. Like I consider my mom as my friend, right? Because she's the person, like I know she's my person. If I tell her something, I know she's not gonna tell people. So I always had a close relationship with my mom. Even my friends would be like, how can you be friends with your mom? I'm like, why aren't you friends with your mom? Like, come on, she's like your number one, and she's like cheering you on too, right? So me and her were always like bouncing back ideas, like we need to do this, we need to do that. And also like she's the one like rooting for me and stuff. Yeah. So,
and again, I go back to, it depends with the relationship that you have with your parents, and it depends with how well you and your parents are able to communicate. Because some of us, we come from households where there was no communication. It was demands and it was commands. It was like, I am the man of this house, or I'm the woman of this house, and I say so. And and that really, personally for me, it was like I was not given that room to communicate what I wanted. Ni kama umefinywa, it's like you're pressed. But, and that, looking back, it built me to be someone who, as she says, I'm very generous, and I end up don't know how to say no. Because I grew up in a community where they're like, your father gives a lot, it's just giving. I never seen him say no. Boundaries, and I guess that's why I went I guess that's why I took settlement studies, or I took community support, because then I needed to know what is boundaries. I needed to learn what is trauma. I needed to know how do you heal from trauma. Because I remember one of the things that when I moved out, that communication was not there. and it took me a hard time. It took us like, but I'm talking about me and my parents. It took us so many steps for us to say now we can communicate. We accept that you moved out.
And in African parents, that's a taboo. You moving out, it's a taboo.
It's like you move out, you're disowned.
Exactly.
Ah.
Oh, did she move out because she's pregnant?
I know.
Oh, did she move out because she's running?
Until
She
today I'm
thinks
still
she's better?
pregnant.
Oh,
Until today
Trust me.
I'm like 2 years pregnant.
I've never seen that child.
I know, me too. I don't even know who's the father, but and that's what builds us. And
Yeah.
I think it took me a long time. It took me therapy. It took me to just analyze like how did my father grow up and why is he like this. And I came to understand that our culture, our traditions, our culture to our parents, it's their identity. Oh my God, it's like them letting go of one thing from our culture and tradition. It's like letting go of their whole identity.
I feel like for me, I would say like around junior high and stuff, I was a pretty angry child at that point because like my parents were going through a divorce, and at that age, I feel like I don't know, like you just going through. You're a teenager, like you're going through stuff your own self, your body,
Adolescent.
and stuff, right?
Your
So
body's
also then
changing.
you see like you go in
Yeah.
a household, your parents that used to be together, they're not there anymore,
Mm.
and then I went from not seeing my dad for like maybe I feel like 2 years. I didn't see him for like 2 years. And I
Yeah.
feel like that took an effect on me as well. And then I was like carrying on so angry, right? But then also like at that age I was like I think at one point like I was talking to a friend and I broke down crying. I'm just like I was so upset. And then for me that was the point where I just decided to let it go.
Mm.
Because like I can't be like just carrying that anger with
Oh
me
my God.
all
Yeah.
the time, right?
It's like you can't change it.
Yeah, and also
it's
like,
like-
I also understood
Yeah.
I
where it's
understood with my
coming from.
parents why they separated as well.
Mm.
And also like my dad's like parenting skills, like I understood why he's the way he is
Mm.
because of how he grew up and how he had to fend for himself.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So
That is very deep. That is very true. And this goes back to it's about how we are shaped growing up in this environment.
yeah.
I remember, oh my God, funny story. I remember my aunt. This is someone very close to ours. She's like a family friend. And I remember it was a Sunday and I'm coming back from church, and there was this guy that we used to know. And you know, there's when we grew up, like the community is also like your parents.
That's true.
It's like you're disciplined even with the community.
yeah.
Like they don't care. Like,
Takomo.
what are you doing there?
Takomo.
Yeah, who's that guy? Like, who's that boy?
Yeah.
And I remember this guy. We stood on the board. I was facing him. We were just talking. He's like, "How are you? You good? How's school? Good? How's everything good?" And we were just like talking, you know, because he used to come to my mom's shop and buy things.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know, he's just
Yeah,
a
he's a
customer.
friend.
He's a friend. So I go home. Before I could get home, the news is already at home. Oh my God! And I was like, at first I was like, it's nothing. So I went there and my mom was like, "Who's that boy you're standing with on that road?" I was like, "How you come to know the news like that?"
They know. The community knows.
And then I remember there were so many people that had seen us from the church. And then I was like, oh my God, someone might have just called her. And I was flogged. Oh my God, I was flogged. And I remember I had marks on my back. For like a week, my back was sore. And it just made me think that my mom hated me. And I think for me, that was a lot of trauma. Because then I was like, no guy, apparently, almost every guy was so scared to even say hi to me where we grew up. They're like, she's Pastor who's daughter?
I'm not going close.
Yeah.
I have a similar. The funny thing is, I have a similar thing. So one of the members in the community, the East African community,
Yeah.
went to go say, apparently I have a boyfriend.
Oh my God.
And then it was going to school. And the guy that said I have a boyfriend, I don't even like him. He's arrogant.
I know.
And one thing I hate an arrogant and a braggadocious person.
Yeah.
That's one thing I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
And then like she's like telling me, oh, I heard this and this, you're gonna become like this and that. And I'm just like, and then she was like hitting me with something. I'm just like, I didn't do anything because like that's not the type of person I am.
Oh,
Like, so
yeah.
like, and you know when you're a child, you know like I wouldn't do
Right.
that. And then like you're accusing me of stuff like that.
Where did trust go?
Did you ever like get at one point get mad at your parents like I'm gonna kill myself? And then one day I said I'm gonna kill myself. I was in my room and then I'm like, hi, it's me Sonia. There are certain words on YouTube that you're not allowed to say, and I said one of them, and which was unaliving myself. I was just telling a story from childhood.
Didn't mean it in a bad way.
If there's a chance.
That's when they will even send you back.
Anyway, back to the video.
But and that just comes back to our parents are heroes. We love our parents.
Yeah.
They molded us to be women we are today.
Yeah.
They pushed us to be who we are today. And you know, in every relationship, there's downfalls and there's good and bad.
Yeah.
There's like, how do you say, downfalls and like success. You know,
Yeah,
like if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like we know how to deal with things, but it's just we never knew how to deal with them. If a lot of kids right now are growing up in broken homes, or they're like, oh my god, my mom doesn't love me because of this and that.
But you know the thing is saying, speaking of love, like African parents, I don't know why they never tell you they love you.
Why would they tell you they
How
love
is
you?
it hard for you? One day I'm talking to
I've
my
never
dad.
heard my
dad
said, I love
my
you to
dad
my
said,
mom.
no, my dad said, I love you so much.
And
Who is this? I said, okay, you love me. I love you too. I never knew. I don't know, like, how is it hard? As when I got older, I feel like my dad has become softer. But when we were like kids, he was a general. That's what I would describe him.
he's like an army man. That's true. Oh my god, I remember I went to make hair. My friend makes hair, and then I remember this was before I moved out. I was in college, funny thing, and then I went to make hair. And you know, sometimes things happen when you go to someone's house to make hair, and they just delay. And then I'm like, we were making, oh my god, passion twist, when passion twist was so famous. I know you don't make hair, but
Oh, I'm like,
yeah,
I know.
but passion twist was such famous. So I went to make hair. I'm like, the person who's making my hair got an emergency, so they had to handle it, and then they had to come back to my hair.
Yeah.
And I have a big head. I'm gonna be honest, I have a very big head when it comes to making hair. Like, oh, big. So
At least
like,
you know.
at least I know, and I embrace that, and I love my head. So we go. So I go.
Look at it.
So we go. I come back. It was like
Yeah.
12. I come in and no one's talking to me. The house is cold. You ever gone, like, you know, you did
they
did
waiting for
something.
you.
You go and you're like, the house is so cold.
Yeah.
They're all just looking at you. You're like, oh Lord. And I was called in the bedroom. And my dad was like, we love you. We trust you. I said, eh? I didn't know how to respond. I was like, I've never had that. And he was like, we love you so much. You're this and this, but you cannot be coming home at this time with no communication. And I took responsibility, but I was like, okay, you love me, but then that is the first time in the situation you're telling me you love me.
They tell you
it
the
really
most
does not.
weird way. Like, I'm just like,
And you know, it's so many things. I am all about parenting. I am not a parent, but one thing that I believe in, telling your kids you love them, it does make a very big difference.
I think it does.
I think for me, if they had told me they love me from the start,
You need to hear.
yeah, you need to hear
Because you
it.
go assuming as if like
Right? It's
they
like,
don't care.
yeah, it's
But
like,
then it's nice to hear.
if I do this,
Yeah.
well, they always yell at me anyway. I'm just gonna end up doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then we grew up with slippers and canes. You know, even in schools, it's the same
Oh
thing.
yeah, in South Africa.
Yeah,
You know
schools are like,
you know the board that you wipe. What is it called? The eraser board, whatever it's called.
yeah.
They
The
hit you with
blackboard?
that with the wooden thing.
Oh, but-
your hands.
Oh my
Or the one
God.
pushing the board.
Mm.
Right. The chair.
Yeah,
You. Hey.
yeah. I'm like looking back now. I'm looking at the time this generation we're in. It's like you have 10 minutes time out. Face the wall.
I would take the wall.
I would take the wall.
I would even enjoy it.
I know. For 10 minutes, looking at just this white wall, we
look
just
at the wall.
communicate. You're like, hi, how are you?
And I used to have a big mouth. Oh my god, I used to get hit.
A lot.
And then I would not learn. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I'll go. I'll continue.
Mm.
Me, I would. One thing I'll say, I would just stubborn. Like I was stubborn. When I was a kid, I was stubborn.
I was
They
not
tell
very
me
stubborn.
don't go. I will go.
Yeah. I think
They
for
tell
me,
like I would go to like a friend's house. I know I wasn't supposed to. I was supposed to go home. I didn't go home.
they're like, let me see what they
Let
will
me
do.
go.
What do
And
they
then I
do?
bring that, like I bring my friends around to come talk on my behalf. It doesn't work. When she leaves, yeah, she's like, she's apologizing, sorry. She lost time, like she got caught up. She forgot about the time and stuff. No.
No. They'll say it's okay. We understand.
It's okay.
Yeah, you know things happen. They are kids. Immediately.
As soon as you begin the end, one any chopper. God. And then guess what? The next day I went again.
Oh, okay. You were stubborn.
I was stubborn.
I'm so surprised you're so calm.
But I don't know.
You're
Like
not
I
stubborn
think
right now.
no. I think I'm only stubborn when it comes to my beliefs.
Yes, you
like
are.
sometimes like
I see
you
that
cannot
too.
change.
Yes, I see it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like like I feel like you as you start getting older, you start like and you
yeah.
also start becoming. I feel like I started becoming calm, like high school. So that's when I just started. Yeah.
Now life starts kicking in. You're like, oh, I can't do things I can't respond to. Like, oh. But it's true. For me,
It's just learning what to.
You learn a lot. You learn a lot. But you know the most surprising thing? I never told my parents I love them.
I don't think I did.
I think when I told my parents I love them, when I moved out and we were not talking, and then it came to a point where we were like, okay, let's fix this.
Yeah.
But like, not them, me, I'm trying to. And then I said, you know, I love you. I love you guys so much.
What they say?
After I messed up.
What did they say?
I was blocked.
Then they kick you out.
The message is
Decline.
I know. That's the most embarrassing thing. You know when you're emotional, you're about to send that emotional message.
Yeah.
You're in the emotional state.
I'm surprised they even figure out how to block you. My one.
Whoa. My father is very smart. He's
No,
like,
my dad be using their thing like I don't even know. Like this man be. I just be watching. It's funny.
with that glasses.
My dad doesn't wear glasses.
Really? My dad wears glasses. But I still love my dad so much. Oh my god, I say this and I'm gonna say it again. My dad is my heartbeat. And it's so hard for me to say that because like we've been through a lot these past 2 years and it was the hardest years of our lives. Of my life and his life. We were like not talking to each other. Because I know my dad loves me so much. My dad doesn't call me by my name. If my dad calls me by my name, I know that he's angry at me. My dad calls me Dada or Daloy. You know, so I love that and but when you start calling me Chance, I know, hey, I messed up.
At least you know.
Mess up.
Very nice.
When he's like Chance, I say, ooh, I need something. But my father is my heartbeat, and I know I've never said this. I remember we were at work and we were celebrating Christmas, and actually it was Thanksgiving. And then our company had come to give us a few gifts, and they said, "What are you thankful for?" And I remember I said, "I know I've never." I told our higher ups, I said this, and I said in front of everyone. I said, "I know I've never said this, and I don't say it a lot, but like my father is my heartbeat." I feel like if my father, even like we weren't talking, but I'll keep asking my sister, "How's that doing? How's that doing? How is he? How is his heart? And that showed me that I loved him. Like I'm angry at you, but I still love you, and that's the same love we see in our parents. And I was like, they angry at me, but they still love me because I know they were asking people about me. They just don't know. They just don't know that I know that I know.
I feel like African parents, especially like when you do something that you like disobeying them, they hold a grudge and they will never come. Like even if they're in the wrong, sometimes they will never come and apologize to you.
No.
That's one thing African parents won't do.
No.
They won't.
When we fixed things, he said, "I forgive you." I said, "Ooh." I said, okay.
Can you imagine my dad? Like, he be rushing me, but the thing is, he rushed me. He told me, "Sonia, hurry up, get there." But the day I decide to rush him, hey,
you have no respect. You have no respect for your elders. You think what this
I just cannot. But then the thing is, I think just us like being part of that African culture, no matter like what our parents
I'm
do to
very
us,
proud of our
we
culture.
so like, I think we're just like we hold our parents in a high regards. So like no matter like what goes, especially even in Islam, we taught to honor our parents and stuff, right? And do good and stuff. So like I feel like that's why like even my parents cross me, like I feel like I will never reach to a point where like I'm calling my parents out of their name. Because at the end of the day, you don't know what your parents went through for you to get here. Especially there's so many things that my parents have done for me. Like no one would have ever done that for me except for them.
That's it.
So like
That's very deep.
so like you have to appreciate, especially appreciate your parents when they're here.
Yeah.
Because like
And love them. And tell them you love them.
Exactly.
Yeah. And right now I've learned that it's very important to have a very healthy relationship with your parents. And oh my god, I'm looking back and I'm like, I've grown. Do you remember when I was so depressed? I was like, not in a very good headspace.
Yeah.
And for me, it was all about my parents.
Yeah.
And even after I moved out, it was like, if I do this, how will my parents react? If they hear that she did this, would they be like proud? Would they be mad? Would they be like, oh my gosh, she has disgraced us? I always, even though like I am not in their house, but every step that I want to take, I'm thinking like, how would they react if they hear this? How will this news impact them?
I think also like with Africans, just I'll say like African in general, your name, like your family name goes a long way.
So it comes a long way.
Exactly. So like, and then they'll be like, oh, so and so mtoto wa fulani anifanya hivi, this and this. So like you also have to be mindful, not just for yourself, but like your family, and also like if you do anything wrong, you bringing shame on your family.
The whole name.
Exactly. That's why like, and one thing I don't like about parents, comparing you to your siblings or comparing you to someone else's child just because he does that. How is it my problem? Huh? If no one does that and does it, how is that my problem? Go get that. Stop comparing me. I hate when when you go to weddings.
She's getting married.
Oh,
Look at her. She's cleaning the pots. What are you doing?
Do you see? Do I look like I want to be cleaning
I'm a
pots?
guest.
I mean, I want to sit down. Did you invite me to sit? I'm sitting.
You're like, don't compare me. I'm here to eat. Like I'm here to eat and relax as a guest.
You won't go be going above and beyond. Sometimes, no, I'm done. Like I'm at the point. I'm just like I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
And sometimes it's good to put yourself first.
Yeah.
It's very important to put yourself first.
Yeah.
The funny thing, oh my god, I remember this girl that my dad used to compare me with. And I remember like we're in primary school. So we primary, then I went to go secondary school. She didn't even end up going to secondary school. Because apparently wherever you are, I'm so sorry. She did end up having a baby. And then like she one day compared me to her and I was so mad. I was like, should I just give her the bad news?
Yeah, tell them so they can see.
Like, should I just I said no, I'm gonna respect myself. I said it's okay. You can't answer your parents. But I was about to.
I know sometimes you wanna tell them.
Yeah, you're like,
but then
don't compare me. Do you know that person is? And I said,
I'm like, if you only knew what they do.
Yeah, that's what I said to myself. In my head, I was like, if only you knew.
You see, just because I'm quiet, don't think I don't know.
I know. And it's so funny how like our friends, like oh my god, and I hated those kind of friends who come to your house and start doing things that you never do.
Oh like, yeah. I was shaking my son. Sonia, but I was forgetting. Oh no! You know the only people who be doing that? The people trying to get their good graces. There's this girl I know. She came to my house, but she ended up just liking my brother. That's why she was doing all the other stuff. To think that she's coming, she's cleaning, she's cooking. Why wouldn't I be enjoying it? I'm not doing it. Do you look like I'm doing this? I don't care. So let her do it.
You're among our sister-in-laws to be chosen.
Exactly. Let her do it. She wants to sweep. Let her sweep. She wants to wash dishes.
Oh my god.
Wash. Well, welcome.
Yeah.
Some of them just be doing it for them.
It is. But the thing is that we grew up in a culture that is so good. We grew up in a culture that makes you strong even in the hardest times. You're like, oh my god, I can't break down. Especially if you're a firstborn. I'm a firstborn, and I feel like every time I want to take a wrong step, I'm like, oh my god, these people are looking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're like, what if I mess up? What if these people do not like they hold such high regards for me? What if I fail them? And you're like, I can't fail them. And I think our parents did a good job because then it makes you responsible. But the thing is that it makes you to be to take responsibility of what you are not responsible for.
That's true.
Because at some point your brother he does something stupid, and then they'll start saying, you see? If you didn't do it, you're like, how did what I did 5 years ago relate to what he's doing?
Exactly. If you didn't do, you have never done that. See, you're the one showing them. You're the one. I cannot. Makes you like.
You're just like,
I'm not the firstborn, but I'm like the first girl, so I have an older brother,
Yeah.
and then I have other like.
But I see you take so much responsibility.
At some point, I just wanna run away, but
She doesn't.
but I do like I do love my little siblings
Yeah.
and stuff, so I do enjoy them. But and then also I feel like African parents like put the burden on you to like. I feel like as they get older, you become like their parents. So I feel like sometimes like I didn't outlive my childhood. Like
I also didn't live my childhood. Like I didn't play. June, I didn't play most of the childhood games.
Yeah, I didn't.
I didn't. That's why I don't even know how to ride a bike in this.
You don't know. You better sing. You don't know how to ride a bike. I just you must teach you.
No.
At your big age.
I don't know how to ride a bike.
Ah.
But I don't even. That's why I don't even know how to make my own hair. Because when other girls were out there trying to figure things out, I was in there trying to be a mother.
You were babysitting.
No, I was. Listen, my life was. I come back from school. Like school ends at 4. It's like 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes walk from my school to my house. I am exhausted. I get to the house, I don't even sit. I take my uniform, I take my shower, I start washing my uniform, my siblings' uniform. I start making dinner. I have to make sure I iron the next day's clothes. I make sure that if I don't wash the plates that night, I need to wake up either early in the morning and wash them, or make sure that from when I come back from school, they're washed. I wasn't, and you know, you have assignments. I had a lot of assignments. I think looking back in I didn't live my childhood, and I missed a lot of things from my childhood. So when people tell me I did this and this and this, I'm like,
they guilt
I should have, I should have done this and this.
They're like, oh.
And then when my mom says, you don't even know how to make hair.
Well, I never got the chance. Why you don't tell me?
No, that used to piss me off.
Why are you feeling angry? Don't tell her.
I'm such an instigator.
No, you must express how you feel.
Express to who?
Let it
You see the moment I'm expressing myself, that made me so angry, because then they're like, oh, you don't even know how to do this. But but the thing is that, and maybe that's why I love cooking, because it's like therapy for me. Yeah, and that's why maybe I love it, because it's my anger. If I'm angry, just in that onion.
Is that always like when you're like feeling frustrated or angry, you like what's something that you do like to calm yourself down?
What?
Like if you're angry, right?
Yeah.
Or like upset or something is bothering you, what is something that you do like to make yourself calm down?
I cook.
So you just be
The onions.
the onions are suffering.
My words come, like, cut them. But the thing, in all honesty, I just think that it's the environment that I became a mom at a very such young age. It's not that I have a child, no, like to my siblings. Like I took the responsibility of a mom, and I understand where my parents are coming from. They were hustling for us,
Yeah, exactly.
you know, and I really love my parents for that, and I really thank them for that. But I feel like I missed my childhood, and I should have lived my childhood, and that's why I took a bold step to move out. I think that's why I was like, it's time for me to put myself first. And also I was going through depression.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was
I
going
feel
through
like they never realized when you're depressed.
No, they didn't even realize.
Because I felt depressed at one point too.
Yeah.
I was like around.
And school was too
so
much.
low at that point. I was like the lowest. So I went. Did I tell you I went on strike in the house?
I wanna hear this.
So can you imagine these people in that house? I was the house girl. I was the cook. I was the garbage man. The cleaner. Everything me.
The laundry man?
No, this laundry there's a machine.
Okay.
But I still have to go there and take it to the basement. So, but that was a lot. One day I went on strike, I was like, this is not fair. Like, how am I the only one person here? Just because I'm the oldest girl doesn't mean that, like, I should have all the responsibility. Just me. You have to, look, you're coming back from school and stuff. I have to come in and cook. And then I have to come in and clean. I have to come in and clean after people. And then also, on top of that, when I cook, at least help me with something like washing dishes. No one is helping me wash dishes. And then a bunch of people eat. And you know what people they eat? And then they be leaving stuff on their plate. Like, at least like scrape it off. The people wouldn't do that. And then you're also babysitting. You're a babysitter. You're taking care of.
You're a teacher.
You're teaching. And then that's a lot.
It was a lot.
So when I went on strike, I started not doing anything.
Yeah.
My mom's like, okay, utachoka utarudia. I'm like, okay. I went on strike.
Ulirudia.
No, I didn't. I'm telling you, I didn't. I was starving in that room. But I said I'm not going back. I really
Stand strong.
I did. I was fasting, just joking. I was dying for my life. I was so tempted to go.
But we need to stand strong.
I need it.
Yeah.
And then it was also good because then they also
It was a wake-up call.
It was a wake-up call too. Because then my little sister got to like, at that point she was like old enough to be like start reaching the sink and stuff.
Yeah.
So she could be washing the dishes. Sometimes I feel like when you're like the second oldest, even though there's another person who can be doing it too, they just leave it all on you and expect you to be the one taking what is this? The responsibility of the household.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like
that is very true.
No.
And I think one of the things that we've learned as we get older, it's that even though this shaped us, God, how do I say this? It brought trauma to us. To me personally, it did. Because like there's so many things I used to hold so much grudge. I'd be like,
you'd be so angry doing
stuff.
Like you're speaking, or you're cussing underneath your breath.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I want to commit suicide. That was the one.
And that's the anger that we held in. I held in so much anger for so many years. To a point where I let
With
it
my
go
big mouth,
so
I
many
said the
times.
word again.
That
Sorry.
was a relief. That was like,
yeah.
I remember the first night I slept in my room, in my own house.
No one is calling.
No one was calling me. I was in my bed. Chance.
Oh my God! You know one thing I hate the most?
Yeah.
Oh my God! The remote will be here, right here. Do you see here? You're in the bedroom upstairs. Sonia and Joe, come.
It's an emergency.
You know the thing is, I went to my dad's house when we were like during COVID, we're like doing stuff online, right?
Yeah.
Online class. So I'm like, let me go like with him and spend like the month with him and stuff. This man called me from my room just to calm down. And the remote is there. Sonia, pass me the remote. The way I wanted to in my bed. I said, you're lucky, you're my papa. That's why
my
I
dad.
didn't say anything.
You're my dad.
I was just like, just the respecting your parents, just letting go.
Yeah.
I can't put the remote, but inside my, I'm like, are you kidding
If
me?
you tried.
Papa, if you hear, you know yourself.
She doesn't mean that. Yeah, so those are things that we learned about our parents.
Yeah.
And it's been a journey.
Yeah, we still
It's been a journey. But I don't think, for me, one thing that I would do differently with my kids, I wouldn't, you know how yelling, like parents would yell at you? Oh, that was so traumatizing. Or you get to be called all sort of names out there. All sort of names.
You know, in African origin, something is funny. No,
you idiot. You stupid.
No. Look, if you speak Swahili, listen to this. This is what my mom said. When I'm demo kama chupi nyine kosa la sticky. Why are you talking like that to me? I was saying that to one of my little brothers. I was dying laughing. My mom's insults, they're hilarious. They make me laugh. No, and I say, like, come on, I don't know, but they just say random stuff like out of pocket stuff.
Oh my God.
Every insult. My mom, like when she like get mad,
like,
she find whatever she has, she just throw it. I'm just like ducking.
You know?
Yeah.
And I don't think I'll ever parent my children that way. And it's okay, those brought discipline, it made us to be who we are. It really did discipline us. To a point where I was so scared even making a decision in my life. Because I was like, I don't know how they would act.
I don't feel like that.
I don't know how they would act. I felt like that. And that's why like people grow up in so many different households.
Yeah.
There's so many different things happening. So don't be angry at someone if they yell at you or they say things that they don't mean. It's how they grow up and it's where they're coming from.
Yeah.
And we carry some of us out here, we carry so much trauma from our parents.
We
We don't even realize it until you have kids and you're like, wait, my mom used to do this. Wait, my mom used to say this to me, and now I'm saying that to my children.
But you know the funny thing is, watching my brother have these children and stuff, and seeing how he parents them differently. So like whenever like I see, especially for us, like I always say this, like there's a 50% chance you either repeat what your parents did, or you change their behavior and you improve. So when I was watching my brother, the way he parents his kids, I was like, wow, it's completely different from how we parent, like how we were parent.
Like, wow.
Yeah, so it was just like, I was just like, wow, that's really nice.
It
Because
is
like he
really
like
nice.
could have repeated the same thing, but no, he decided like, no, I'm gonna do
I
something
want
different.
something different, yeah.
Exactly.
And that's really amazing. We look back to all these things and we learn from them, and it's up to you to either learn from them or have a graduate with it.
Oh, one thing, you know, like since now I have like nieces and nephew, right?
Yeah.
When they go to my father's house, the stuff that he used to not let us do,
It
these kids will be doing it.
Yeah, like
They're jumping on the couch. I just see,
Ah.
watch and what thought.
Hey.
What about me? When I was doing it,
No, you aren't the child.
I'm gonna come on everywhere. But no.
And that's just the truth of it. But we love you guys. We love your parents. We love you guys so much, and you guys mean a lot to us. It's just these are the memories that we took from how you guys brought us, and it's good memories because it empowers us. It makes us
I
do
think
better.
it like stole us, like instilled values.
It
in
did.
us.
Oh my god, it
Like,
did instill
and
values.
character building as well.
Yeah,
too.
I feel like if men weren't scared of my dad, only God knows where I would be right now. To honestly, just joking. But yeah, that is one thing. Another thing is, in school we did better. Like my report cards had to be perfect. Like if he's looking like this, he has to be looking at me with a smile. If I see a frown face,
you know you messed up. You messed up.
he's like this. If I see this,
No, it's not even in school. In Africa, it's embarrassing. You know that you're posting your mark up, right? So everyone will see it.
It's like a whiteboard.
Yeah, they post it. It's embarrassing.
Number one, number two, number three, number
which
last.
is last. They will show your marks.
Oh my god. I
The
remember
kids are
one,
lucky
I
they
remember
don't
one
get to
time I
do
was
that.
like, out of 35, I was 36. No, I was 33. Let me tell you, the way I told my dad we never got those report cards.
You say, what is it?
No,
You
because
don't
I was
know.
not smart in math.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like math. And
Math?
science. I was
Ooh,
trying to
science
be
is
learning
work.
about body parts. I don't have that time. Give me social studies, I'll tell you the map of Africa, I'll tell you what Mandela did, I will tell you what I would tell
But
you.
I feel like
everything.
history is like based on your opinion, and then I feel like
It is.
so like it's like easier and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But like math for
I
me,
know-
like
I
if I knew
love
like
history.
if I like knew like stuff like the steps and stuff, I'll be able to get it. But like if I didn't know,
Yeah.
well I finding I wanna.
Oh my god, I didn't like math at all.
I
I feel
didn't-
like math
No,
traumatized
me science was the worst. Science, it was not it for me.
No, it was not.
It's just
And then you need to know the types of soil. Did you guys learn that? Like
I
four
feel like I
types
remember.
of. I still remember.
Okay,
Because I don't. I didn't say I remember the types of soil. I said I remember.
Be specifically.
No, I can't remember. But these are the things that we just look back and we're like, okay, this did build us. So guys, comment down below what is the best memory with your parents and what would you do different if you have kids, or if you in future want to have kids. What is one parenting method you would change the way your parents parented you, and what would you do differently, and how do you think that would impact your kids? So yeah.
You might get a part 2, refugees.
Oh yeah,
So
oh my god,
watch
you
out for
might.
that.
You might get a part 2 with a guest.
So
yeah.
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed on that. We are very happy that you guys joined us on this episode, and we had so much fun and so much laughter, and we discussed so much. So until next time, and until again we see you, our friends. Bye.
Bye, the finkies.
That was good.